Banking with Capital One means 5 times the savings to help pay for your perfect honeymoon. Or 5 times the savings toward your family's perfect vacation.
Hello there, and welcome to the golf club. Have a good feeling. That's all I'm going to say. Let's play some golf.
It's time to help make your savings goals come true. This is Banking Reimagined. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Rate comparison based on FDIC national rate. Capital One NA member FDIC.
January in Hawaii is when the champions come out to play. January in Hawaii means crowd pleasers re-emerging.
Looks like you'll be in the short stuff here.
New reasons to reach across the ropes. The Aloha Swing continues at the Sony Open in Hawaii.
Right around 230 yards
January
to go
9th
here.
through 12th. For complete coverage, visit PGAtour.com.
K-Trick and McGinnis on tap. We're talking about Patrick Reed instead of talking about Justin Thomas, which is a shame. But
Could be
so
in the
is
rough
whole
here.
world. I don't know who to blame. I don't know whose fault it is.
Trump. It's probably Trump.
Yeah, it's Trump's fault. 866-469-0026, the Callaway Mac Daddy hotline. Let's talk to Dan, who is north of the border in Toronto. Dan, welcome to K-Trick and McGinnis on tap.
Hey, thanks, guys. Hey, listen, I agree with you guys and your last callers. You know, people yelling out, you know, Bubba, Booey, all that crap. No one wants to hear it. You know, but I go to the Canadian Open here every year, and these guys, they're all class acts when they come up here. And
All right,
but
and we
again,
are
some of
back
these
in the
guys
fairway.
get into trouble.
Good to
Even
see.
a guy like Cooch, who's probably one of the classiest guys I've ever seen on the course. You know, look at the incident that happened with him just last year in Mexico, you know, and the first thing he did was come out and apologize and acknowledge, you know, one thing.
Okay, this one to save par.
Patrick's never done that. He's never come out and apologized or addressed any issues, whether it was in his college days or now, or, you know, he just doesn't do anything like that. What do you guys think about that?
Dan, thanks for the phone call. John, to me, that's his business. However, at this point, this is a harder road to go down without addressing it than it would be. Look, go sit down with Faraday.
Even par.
Come on,
after
this
the
show.
first hole.
Let's put it all out there. Yeah, this is what went down. This is how
All
it
right,
was.
let's let her rip.
Because that would be a whole lot easier than continuing to do this every week, wouldn't it?
I think so. I think that's exactly what he needs to do. I don't think he will. It's not part of his MO, I don't think. I think that he's unfazed by this in some ways.
Well, he has to be in order to keep functioning, and I get that. This is a survival
Nice.
technique.
Should be in the
But
fairway.
even in the interview with Kurt Byram afterwards, which we haven't heard yet, but I'm sure it's the same thing in the interview with Fred or Carney, whoever did it. You know, he missed it. He missed a putt to win. And when talking about that, he talked about having a hump in the way, and there was an excuse given. And look, I'm not a Patrick Reed hater, but I needed to hear, or it doesn't matter what I needed to hear. It would have been nice to hear, I just missed it. You know, hats off to Justin. Played great. I thought I could do enough today, but you know, I had a putt
for the bird
to extend it. I missed it. Just a bad read on my part. Instead, that's not what you hear. You know, that's not what you heard in the Bahamas. There was something that I think everybody could have heard in the Bahamas that would have made us feel better about it. I don't know what that was, and it isn't what he said. But at this point, you know, tell us something. You got to stop avoiding it. Tell us something. And I hate to be that guy, John, because these guys don't owe us anything. We think they do, but they really don't. But that may be the best course of action at this point for Patrick Reed.
It's
All right,
it's
sitting
not
at
part of
one
his
under after that
makeup.
hole. That's your adjusted score.
And part of the
Okay,
reason
nice
that he's
fresh
so
hole here.
successful
Let's
is
pop this in the
he
fairway.
doesn't believe that he's doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
He believes that the excuses. And when you can believe the excuses, I would never suggest this in anywhere else, but if it's someone else's fault, if it's something else going on, then you didn't do anything wrong. And if you haven't done anything wrong, you can make birdie on the next hole.
That's right.
You know, if you go the other way with it, man, it's all my fault. Maybe I'm just not all that good. Remember, we've seen guys go the other way. We saw Sergio say, you know what? I'm just probably never going to win one of these. I'm just not good enough.
Yeah,
and we all
talking
lost
about
our
majors.
Right, and we all lost our minds and thought, "Oh my God, you can't be that guy either." So, for Patrick, look, I don't know what the best course of action is, but I don't think he can. I don't think he's searching for it. I think he's just going to get up tomorrow and go to the golf course.
Yeah, you're right. That's been the short-term solution.
Solid
It's
swing.
been what was considered the long-term solution. But this problem isn't going away. And do we think that maybe he needs to change his thinking? Lots of folks with lots of opinions will take your phone calls when we come back. Stay with us.
And we have about,
VSiN's My Guys
I'd say
in the Desert
140-ish
are
yards
cashing
from here.
tickets, led by the legendary Brent Musburger.
We're not trying to sell you picks. We're trying to help you make up your own mind about how to pick winners. Don't be buying into this 5-star coming out on Friday, lock of the year on Saturday. Forget about it. Make up your own mind because you're as smart as
Solid
those guys
swing.
who are selling you picks, believe me.
VSiN's My Guys in the Desert, weekday afternoons from 5 to 7 Eastern, Sirius XM 204.
Does hair loss run in your family?
This
Are you
for
losing
Birdie.
your hair? Hereditary hair loss can be devastating for both men and women. Now there's a way to help stop it. Try the Capillus Laser Therapy Cap, a medical device you wear just 6 minutes a day using clinically proven technology. It supplies safe, low-level laser light that re-energizes dying hair follicles for thicker, healthier hair.
I just put it on when I watch the TV, and I got my hair back.
I feel like it truly has changed the way I see myself.
Try the FDA-cleared Capillus Laser Therapy Cap for a full year with satisfaction guaranteed. Make 2020 the best hair of your life. Save big on Capillus products during our site-wide sale. Don't wait. Call 888-969-8228 or go to capillus.com/New Year. That's CAPILLUS.com/New Year to take advantage of our site-wide sale. Call now, 888-969-8228 or go to capillus.com/New Year. Capillus is intended to treat genetic hair loss
All right,
within
one
specific
under
conditions
is
and
your
limitations.
adjusted
See website for
score.
details.
Have that one.
Do you need quick emergency cash this fall? Go to
Okay, let's put this drive in the fairway.
WeFixMoney.com can help you get up to $2,500 for bills, car repairs, child care, or anything else. Go to WeFixMoney.com and complete the simple form 24/7. If approved, get cash deposited directly into your bank account sometimes on the same day. That's right. At WeFixMoney.com, you could get free same-day funding from some lenders. Submit your information at WeFixMoney.com in the morning, and you could see the cash arrive in your bank account by 5 p.m. WeFixMoney.com
Great
knows
contact.
your emergency cash needs can't wait. WeFixMoney.com has been helping customers for 11 years and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. WeFixMoney.com is a proud member of the Online Lenders Alliance. So if you need up to $2,500, go to the site you can trust. WeFixMoney.com. That's WeFixMoney.com. Go today. See website for details. Terms and conditions may apply.
When winter weather hits, you know your diesel fuel needs an anti-gel. And there's only one anti-gel that's endorsed by Cummins, the world's largest manufacturer of diesel engines. That anti-gel is Power Service Diesel Fuel Supplement Plus Cetane Boost. It prevents fuel gelling and protects against ice and wax from plugging fuel filters. It keeps engines running for maximum winter operability when temperatures drop below plus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Add it to your diesel fuel every time you fill up this winter. Not only that, Diesel Fuel Supplement contains Slick Diesel Lubricator to protect your fuel pumps and injectors from poor quality diesel fuel. Keep your diesel running strong this winter with Power Service Diesel Fuel Supplement Plus Cetane Boost. It prevents fuel gelling and protects against ice and wax from plugging fuel filters. Learn more about the only anti-gel endorsed by Cummins at PowerService.com. That's PowerService.com.
Power Service. Made just for diesels.
Smartphones can do just about anything these days, but one thing they are not supposed to do is fly. Hi, I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. To prevent your phone from flying around the car every time you stop
and
or
one
turn,
under is
we
your
created
adjusted
the cup
score
phone.
after that
it's
one.
It's the smartest way to use your phone hands-free.
Okay,
Fits
it's
virtually
time to
any
send
cup
this
holder
ball on
and
its
adjusts
way.
to fit virtually any phone. Perfectly tilts to your field of view to see navigation instructions and is accessible even while charging. Order your American-made cup phone today at WeatherTech.com.
Take golf lessons from the best instructors in the world, like Jim McLean, right here on Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio, Sirius 208 and XM 92.
excuse me. I'd like to say I'm really glad and proud to be here tonight.
It's time for K-Trick and McGinnis on tap on Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio.
Yay, I'm so excited.
Where the conversation never runs dry.
There's one of those things that follows you.
Really?
One of those things
Nice
that follows
swing.
you. The golf clubs is right behind us.
All right, you want me to take us to break so you can go?
Yes.
It's Kate to come and get us on tap. We'll be right back.
Now, here are your co-hosts.
You know, we always called each other good fellas.
Emmy winner, Brian K-Trick.
I'm not on the K-Trick plan where 18 holes is a light day.
And 2019 Listeners' Cup champion, John McGinnis.
On the back of the shirt, diagonally going up from the bottom left to top right, it says, Fanu! I've got to be honest with you. I'm a little misty.
On Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio.
It's K-Trick and McGinnis on tap. And we are rested, refreshed, glad to be back with you. Back off a wonderful start to this year for us in Scottsdale, Arizona. And having a blast doing a little radio for you.
Absolutely. Love to be talking about Justin Thomas winning number 12 before the age of 27. You know who else has done that?
Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and yeah, I did know, and I forgot. Who's the other one?
Jack.
I've heard of him.
And Sam Snead.
Sam Snead.
Mm-hmm. You know where they fit in terms of all-time victories on the PGA Tour?
That would be first, second, and third. Actually, first and third.
Right. Yeah. Hats off to Justin Thomas.
Justin Thomas in some pretty heady company.
Not amazing,
not only overseas,
but you're out of the
but
bunkers, so that's a good
in the
thing.
Pacific area, a couple of wins here. He's got one at Sony. He's got a couple in Malaysia. So Ryan Ballengee was referring to him as MacArthur for his prowess in the Pacific front.
I don't mind that.
Yeah,
that's very clever for Ryan.
He was. Yeah, there was more to it too. Most of it I missed, but there's that. Justin beats Patrick Reed in the playoff, and Xander Schauffele as well. And in case you missed it, the story that everybody's been talking about all day long is that Patrick Reed had a putt basically to extend the playoff. We didn't know it at the time, but everybody felt like it was, and it turned out to be.
Sitting at even par, that's adjusted, of course, after that
hole. The guy yells cheater as the ball starts
rolling.
Hole
it's coming
after
up.
Impact, but this has been deemed to be okay by a lot of folks in the world of golf since then, and it's not okay with me. And, John, it doesn't sound like it's okay with you.
No, at no point is that okay. But I believe it's going to be more pervasive in our sport. Our sport is becoming, sadly, more and more like all the others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is good for the players playing it. They'll make more money. It's good for everybody involved, for the sponsors, for the tour. Unfortunately, the way that our sport is mic'd, we're going to hear it all.
Yeah.
And that's not the case even in basketball. With the great audio you get on the floor, the crowd is just one big din. You can't hear, what somebody's courtside is yelling at the players. Can't hear what the coaches are yelling courtside at the players.
Solid approach for the bird.
Do that, by the way. But you can hear the sneaker squeak.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just proper. It's clever microphone work is what it is. This was easy. You could hear Patrick Reed clear as day. There was a situation earlier in the week with Patrick Cantlay, which we'll get into probably tomorrow. Because let's be honest, this is what everybody's talking about today, so this is what we're going to wind up talking about. But Patrick Reed got yelled at, and as you said in the first hour, you can be okay with getting on to Patrick Reed and not okay with him getting yelled at all at the same time. You can both hate Reed and both hate and also hate the heckler at the same time.
All right, sitting right where you should be. Even par is your adjusted score after that one.
A lot of callers.
All right, next stop. Let's hope for some fairway.
Yeah, we haven't really even heard from the Patrick Reed haters at this point. They were passionate a month ago.
Yeah.
About hating Patrick Reed. Or maybe it's not passion. Maybe it's just indignation when it only lasts for a few days.
I think it's very convenient right now. He is definitely the flavor of the month. And now it's spilled over into a new month. And I just don't know if it's slowing down. 866-469-0026, the Callaway Mac Daddy hotline. Let's see what you think. Here is Dennis in West Virginia. What's going on, Dennis?
Yeah, hey, guys. Whether you like Patrick Reed or dislike him, I think yelling at a player on the PGA Tour is inappropriate. It's a privilege to attend the event. It's not a right. And hopefully we're not looking down that road in the future. And, I don't know anything Patrick can do to change the situation. I don't think it's in his personality. I think he kind of likes him against the world. And but yelling cheater from the stands in that situation, I think it's just, lack of class.
That's kind of where I'm at. Dennis, thank you.
Now, that was a swing.
John, that's kind of where you're at.
Yeah, I agree.
This is very refreshing.
We have very smart listeners. Where the idiots are listening elsewhere.
All right, let's talk to Jay, who's in Georgia. Jay, what do you think about what's going on?
Well, maybe it's because it's golf, and golf's a little different, but, we yelled cheater at Ryan Braun sitting in left field at every Braves game when the Brewers came in after he got caught using steroids and all that, and, we were relentless. And, it's different because, like I said, that was at a baseball game, and you're up in the stands. I'm more concerned that
bites.
one of these tournaments that's more of a cocktail party with golf going on.
Okay, ended up nice and safe. Still a little work to do, though.
Courage is going to get up near the ropes, and then you're going to have a potential for a real problem other than somebody just yelling from the stands. And that's what I hope doesn't end up happening. But like John said, is golf gets more like the other sports, that could happen, and that could be really bad.
Yep.
Bigger caddies. That's where I see this going.
Jay, thank you. Well, here's the funny thing about that. You're only half joking. This happened, you only have to go back one event.
Right.
Before you had Patrick Reed's brother-in-law / caddy interacting physically with a fan.
And I outweigh Cass by 80 pounds, 100 pounds.
Yeah, sure.
I can't
sitting right where you should be, even par.
Dude,
That's
tight.
your adjusted score.
In that matter,
okay.
I don't think I said
Grip
it on
it,
this show,
rip it, let's
but
go.
in that matter, at the President's Cup, there were 3 different people involved, 3 different entities, maybe even more than that, but I think everybody got it right. In the case of an international team fan deciding to say something after the match is over with to one of the American team members, look, that was the guy. You knew it was coming. I don't think the fan was wrong to heckle Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed had to know that was coming. I didn't like it, but you knew that was coming. I also didn't mind Kessler Corain getting off the cart.
And it's also worth noting, keep this in mind, you got an extra stroke to work with thanks to your handicap for this hole.
That was fine. And then, of course, for the tour to sit Kessler for the day, that actually was right, and you had to know that was coming.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I'll be interested to see what sort of things the tournaments are going to try to employ to maintain the sanity and the safety of all this stuff.
Well, first of all, I think it's important to know, as we've taken a bunch of phone calls on this.
It's going to have to bite.
And everybody's been on the same theme to this point. We are who's going to the golf tournaments. We are the ones that are
ended
buying
up just fine after that shot. Looking at a 19-foot putt from
golf
here.
Twitter seem to be okay with this, and there are a whole lot of people that are okay with this, but I don't know how many tickets those people are buying. A whole lot of woke golf Twitter's never even been to a media center.
Sure.
They pretend to go. They may have gone to 1 or 2 in their lives, and then they pretend to be at every other one. They're the ones saying this is okay. The people that are actually having to do it, I don't know how many of them there are, but it only takes one. So I would hope that somehow we can start leading by example. You can't do this.
No, well,
awesome.
the way I don't know when I said I don't know what the tour is going to do, one of the
all right,
things
2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
Tossing people.
Nice bird on that last hole. Let's see another one.
And we can get tournament directors on who can tell us what that means in terms of their cost. Now, they pay for the security, and I can tell you that when Tiger decides to play, that bill goes up. 2 or 3 times it goes up for one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if everybody's on the hot seat, how much is that bill going to go up?
Yeah, good question. Remember when they had the very big attention when it was the first push for the cell phone police? They actually even had bibs that said that's who they were.
Yeah.
That you know this because you've lived it, and so have I. There are certain volunteer marshals that absolutely salivated over the idea of getting
shirt
to tell you can't do something.
He's got him a shirt and a hat. He's got the power.
This fake authority sits really well with some folks. So we got to find those people because they're more than happy to throw somebody out of a golf tournament.
Absolutely. Well, they're
Hope this
more
one
than
has some
happy
teeth.
to find the person that can throw somebody out of a golf tournament. Most of them don't have the physical ability to get themselves out of the golf tournament without a ride to the exit.
That's true.
You know what the French call those people who enjoy their little role a little too much?
What do they call those people?
Petite fonctionnaires.
I don't actually know what that means, but it sounds entertaining.
I don't either, but it really would piss somebody off if they were one and you called them that.
Oh, my goodness, yes. They would try to throw us out. Thanks for the help there, petite fonctionnaire, but I'm okay on this side of the ropes.
Exactly.
I realize you couldn't see my credential, but that doesn't mean I can't be here. Bye-bye.
All right, 2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
I just keep going.
Okay, let's pop this into the fairway.
I'm big enough that there's very few people that are going to try to physically stop me. You're fast enough that very few of those people can catch you.
We're just walking. We're just going to keep going. All right, let's talk to Mike in Oklahoma. Mike, what do you think of people yelling at Patrick Reed?
Well, to start with, let's give Justin Thomas one roll tide.
Roll tide?
Oh, God. You go right ahead.
Roll tide on that. But, I was just thinking it kind of the caller kind of stole my thunder a little bit earlier. But, as a nature, we are a forgiving people. And you look at, not to compare the two, but, Tiger at his lowest lost a lot of golf fans and a hell of a lot more wives as far as being a fan of his. And he got humble, admitted he had problems, he worked his way back, but he addressed it.
Nice. Should be in the fairway.
No problem. And like you said, if he gets on Faraday and he goes, I just got caught up in the moment. It was just, the way I am. And after looking at tapes, I messed up.
We're right around 165 yards out.
I probably should have called it on myself, or I should have just took myself out of the tournament the next day. Probably 6 weeks from that, he's a good guy again. Maybe not, but we are a forgiving people if someone just admits that they made a mistake. So that's just kind of my thought on it.
Mike, thanks. John, what do you think?
I agree with him that we are forgiving people. And to that end, 2 years ago at the PGA Championship, I've told this story before, I got put on a group that didn't play very well, thanks Ricky and Rom, on Sunday. And at the turn, they're in the penultimate group. They're not going to win the golf tournament. I was
great contact, nice
interviews.
swing.
And when I got there, Mark Steinberg was there. And this was really Tiger's first chance to win another major. And part of the conversation we had, Steinberg was there because he wanted to watch it on TV because he couldn't get close enough to watch it at the ropes. It was crazy. And he said, can you believe that every person on this property is pulling for Tiger compared to where we were a few years ago? And I said, no, I agree. I agreed with him. And so even the guy who was instrumental in helping Tiger reframe his image was shocked that there was a sense of unity around Tiger at that point. And, of course, that's just simply
3 under. It's the adjusted score after that hole.
A year and a half ago in the Masters in 19.
Coming off a par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
Shows a little, without admitting anything, a little contrition, and then started winning golf tournaments. Sure, I think he could win back some of the people. I don't think that's the guy we're talking about, though. I don't think this guy cares about being that guy.
I think it's a great point, and I agree. I don't think Patrick's backing up one bit. We'll see if things change if this continues. We're going to have more phone calls on 866-469-0026, the Callaway Mac Daddy hotline. Mark Carnevale coming up. He was there. We'll see if he heard it. He's coming up in about 15 minutes. Your phone call's coming up before that. The new year is a great time to get serious. Serious about your socks, that is. Start 2020 off on the right foot with Kent Wool. Kent Wool's American-made merino wool socks deliver the ultimate performance, keeping you seriously comfortable from tee to green and everywhere in between. Kent Wool takes bringing you superior socks seriously. Each Kent Wool sock is carefully crafted from superfine merino wool right here in the United States, always with your comfort in mind. Moisture wicking, temperature regulating, and constructed with extra cushioning for exceptional comfort, Kent Wool socks are there for you every step of the way. And with a wide range of styles, sizes, and colors to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect fit. Visit KentWool.com and use the code ONTAP, that's ONTAP, to save 15% today. Tackle your resolutions this year in style and comfort with Kent Wool socks. Seriously, you can't imagine how comfortable they actually are. Kent Wool, the world's best sock. It's Catrick and McGinnis on tap. Your phone calls on Patrick Reed.
Okay, 3 under. It's the adjusted score after that hole.
Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio.
Number 12. This is the 12th hole coming up.
The Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Is it the historical significance?
The kid from Akron has come home. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
The drama.
The greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, led by the greatest quarterback.
Or the emotion.
Tiger is back on top.
For the past 10 years, Sirius XM has brought you the biggest moments in sports. Hear them all with defining moments of the decade and watch exclusive video commentary on the Sirius XM app. Free for most subscribers.
Does your golf game lack consistency, power, compression? You need the Impact Snap Release Trainer, the 2-time Golf Digest award-winning best full swing training aid. Train your wrists and arms like never before to get results like never before. I'm Marty Nowicki, PGA award-winning instructor and owner of the Impact Snap. We are proudly made in the USA. Visit us at impactsnap.com. Use coupon code XM10 and save 10% at checkout. Visit us at impactsnap.com.
When you partner with a dedicated advisor from Fidelity Wealth Management, we'll help you create a flexible plan that can evolve as your needs change, and we'll offer tax-smart investing strategies designed to help you keep more of what you earn. Plus, with a new brokerage account, your cash is automatically invested at a great rate. Personalized advice and overall value. At Fidelity, you can have both. Investment minimums apply. Yield based on default investment option. Learn more at Fidelity.com. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC.
Hey, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Quicken Loans is celebrating our best quarter ever, and now we're celebrating some of the lowest refinancing rates ever. Rates are historically low. You may be able to reduce your rate and save money on your monthly mortgage payment right now.
Decent little sand shot there.
This is your
nice
chance.
Let's see if we
Pay
can
off some credit
save
card debt,
par
or
on
put
this
some
putt
money
here.
towards that new bathroom or kitchen you've always wanted. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%. APR 4.23%. That's right, 3.99%. APR 4.23%. While we can't predict what will happen in the future, we do know that rates have dropped, and now is the time to save money on your mortgage. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn how refinancing now may be the right mortgage solution for you. That's 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rates subject to change. Pay 2% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
All right, 2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
Your Sirius XM app. Step 3, search Sirius XM.
Okay, here we go.
Step 4, get better at golf.
Not walk from 16 green to 17 tee is 50 to 100 yards too long. So much time to think about what you're doing. you start looking right at all, you're going to worry way too much about what's ahead of you. You know, once I get onto the tee box, you know, I'll turn my attention to it, handle everything that closing stretch throws at you. With everything that I have achieved in the game, I would have been missing something if I wasn't able to call myself a Players Champion.
This one's looking dialed in.
Championship at theplayers.com/travel.
On the green with some work to do. 36-footer here. Let's see what he can do.
Catrick McGinnis on tap, talking about Justin Thomas's victory at the Century Tournament of Champions. I'm trying to phrase it that way, even though that's not what we're talking about. It was something that happened during that we are talking about.
I don't even remember who won the hero now.
That was John Rahm.
Okay.
Here, in case you missed it, Tim, we want to hear it again. This is the moment. So this is the third hole of a playoff. Patrick Reed's got 8-ish, 10-ish feet, basically to extend
10-footer here. This is makeable.
Thomas is in there in the garden spot, 4 feet below the hole. It's a straight uphill putt. Nobody expects Justin Thomas to miss. Patrick Reed doesn't expect Justin Thomas to miss. So here is the moment of truth. The putt for birdie, probably to extend the playoff, and this is what it sounded like.
They hit it too hard and missed on the right anyway. Pretty unfortunate. You see Reed glaring up into the stands. Someone yelled as loud and as clear as day, cheater, as that ball.
Yes. I didn't hear it at the time, but you can't miss it.
All right, sitting at 1 under after that hole. That's your Justin's score.
There it was.
All right.
Without question.
Let's let her rip.
We had heard that there was lots of heckling going on down in Australia. We didn't actually hear very much of it.
No.
We definitely heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, couldn't miss it. And I will say this, it was after impact, so that's good, but there ain't nothing else good about it. And that's where we have been. The heckler has not been chastised by anyone I've seen in social media. It seems to have been pretty widely kind of smiled and winked at. And I think the big message here is you can't do that, and nobody's seeming to be spreading that message. I understand you don't like Patrick Reed, but to me, this has gone too far.
Yes.
All right, looking good so far.
I finally found the video, and Patrick has absolutely no reaction to it whatsoever.
No.
Regardless of...
Now, it looks like 230 yards-ish to the pin here.
He can't believe the putt missed, and then he looks over to Kessler, and Kessler's, you can see the top of Kessler's hat at the bottom of the frame, and then he's describing to Kessler how he missed the putt.
Yes. Dan, we didn't hear it in that clip, but Dan Hicks, the extension of the clip, goes on to say that Patrick glared at the spectator that made that sound. He did not. He did not even look in that direction. He looked up at his caddy. That's what he just saw. Whatever. You know, Dan wasn't trying to pile on there. He just that's what he thought he saw, and that's just not what happened.
No, and he handled it as well as it could be handled. Mm-hmm. That's not what you're expecting.
Okay,
when you're watching a guy try to make a
was
putt to
fancy. If you can find a way to sink this next putt, you can really take some strokes off your score.
I mean, he could have said, "Holy crap, did you hear that?" I mean, who knows? He is as good as they come in this business, and I hope that he's enjoying a Mai Tai on a beach somewhere at 1:30 in Hawaii.
The Mai Tai was part of the other story for the week. We don't have time for that. We'll get to that tomorrow. Here is James in Tennessee. James, what do you think about the heckler?
I'm going to be a little bit different than all these guys calling in, retired, all this stuff. The thing is...
All right, 2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
For the queen, you know, good job,
okay,
everybody.
It's time to send this ball on its way.
Dude, the guy isn't a gentleman. Don't call a gentleman's game when Pat Reed doesn't even act like one. He deserves it. It wasn't in the backswing. It didn't affect the putt. Get over it. It happens. He's going to deal with this for the rest of the year, and he's just going to have to live with it. And number 2, some guy called in. He was like, we don't want the golf atmosphere to be like this. Well, here's the thing. That's what people want. That's what makes golf fun. Golf is a fun sport. It's challenging. It's hard. We need some atmosphere out there. When you go out on the course, you golf clap for your friends. Congratulations. I do a good shot, but I don't want to be too loud. No, you don't.
It's
you
looking
say,
good.
Good job. All that stuff. Everyone who's just calling in and saying this isn't how the sport needs to be, just
James, I'm telling you, this isn't how the sport needs to be. I'm telling you right here, this is not how the sport needs to be. This is a dangerous slope. Yeah, he didn't say it during his swing. He missed it by a second. Who's to say that the next guy next week isn't going to try heckling him during his swing? Does that cross a line for you?
That does cross the line. I'm not saying you should directly get in these players' way. But what I was saying about Patrick Reed is he doesn't deserve all this defense that you've given him because he doesn't act like a gentleman. Let me ask you that. Which is one of the biggest arguments he made for the game.
I want to hear from James in Tennessee why, in your opinion, James, does Patrick Reed not deserve to be treated like a gentleman?
This one's for Birdie.
Because he hasn't acted like one.
When
you go out there and you
read us the list. Read the list, James. I want to hear from James. I want to hear his
don't.
list.
You want to talk over James.
No,
Let James talk.
James is going sideways here. James, tell me what Patrick Reed did, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to tell me 10 things, and 8 of them are going to be fiction. So tell me your list.
I'm telling you if you let me.
Okay, let's go. Thing number 1, why James doesn't like Patrick Reed.
I don't even dislike Patrick Reed that much. All I'm
That's
saying
not a great
is
head
that
to your list.
When you go out and you put yourself in a situation that has given yourself this image where you have created this villainous guy. Do you ever watch a movie and everyone claps for the villain at the end? Guess what? That's a bad movie. No one cares. No one's carrying you on a golden throne to be the best golfer in the world.
John, you see how he's not giving the list?
All right, 2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
Tell me one reason why you don't like Patrick Reed. James.
Coming off a par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
Because he is not the golfer I like to watch.
But don't you understand, James, that you can hate Patrick Reed and hate him being yelled at in the middle of a golf shot? You can hate both of those things.
I definitely agree with that. And I never said I hated both. I said that he brought it upon himself, and the argument of him being a gentleman and all this stuff is wrong because he doesn't act like it.
This one's a beauty.
When
have you ever seen him not act like a gentleman on the golf course, James?
When you're
Tell me when.
Someone, that's not acting like a gentleman.
That had nothing to do with Patrick
Reed. That's what you're going to say the game is about. You can't say
3 under is the adjusted score after that hole.
To be defended like this.
James,
17th hole coming up.
Patrick didn't even see his brother-in-law get off the cart to fight the fan. He didn't see it. How was that his fault? He didn't order the hit. He didn't say sweep the leg. He had nothing to do with that.
Next time I want to beat someone up, I'll send someone
else. You think Patrick sent Kessler to beat up the fan because Patrick couldn't do it himself?
I mean, he's not a freaking football player. No one is going to be
solid swing.
Afraid of Patrick Reed.
You came out with a lot of vim and vigor here, James, but you're evaporating. Tell me one thing that Patrick Reed has done that makes you think he's not a gentleman.
Let me answer for it.
Okay, boats 190 yards to go
they were
here.
Heckling him over there in Australia. That was asinine and stupid. The shushing the crowd is asinine and stupid. Those are not gentlemanly things. That is Patrick Reed piling on to the situation. James, am I doing a good job in stating your case?
James is regrouping right now.
Okay.
Shushing the crowd in the Ryder Cup was fantastic.
Exactly.
And one of the greatest things that's ever happened in the Ryder Cup.
This conversation.
Nice
swing.
Yes, the other side hated it. And we're thrilled when he went down the next year or 2 years later. Yeah, they didn't like it. It was ungentlemanly. That was what James was trying to do.
Shushing the crowd was not ungentlemanly, period. That was him playing to the crowd, and they loved it. Yeah, they pretended to hate it afterwards. Oh, that's not very nice. Well, they're yelling and screaming at him, and he shushed them because they made a putt. And then he knew that was going to energize the crowd, and he dealt with that the whole rest of the week. He loved it. James couldn't get his thoughts together because he's been told he's supposed to hate Patrick Reed, but he doesn't know why.
Oh, no, there's plenty of reason. I agree with you.
He couldn't come up with any reasons.
A lot of times.
I asked him 5 times.
Well, I can't speak for James. Maybe, and there's a possibility, he's just as big an idiot as Patrick Reed. I don't know. I don't know either one of them very well. But
10-footer here. I think this can go.
I do know there is plenty of ammo out there. Now, a lot of times Twitter will tell you to hate somebody for various reasons, but Patrick Reed has certainly brought a lot of this onto himself, and to suggest otherwise is to not have been paying attention. He came out of the scoring trailer and said, I didn't do anything wrong, when we watched him do something wrong. We watched it. We saw it. And then to continue to make excuses, to never own up to a single situation, that's adding to this. He's not helping this cause. He has done
all right, 1 under is your adjusted score after that one.
But he hasn't done anything to try to ease
here we
the
go.
tensions here.
Yeah, I agree that the rules situation in the Bahamas was uncomfortable. And the way he handled it made it even less comfortable.
Right.
But that doesn't make him not a gentleman, and that doesn't make it okay to yell at him.
See, you just took the same leak that I told everybody else not to take. You can hate Patrick Reed, and you can hate the fact that he was getting yelled at. Those are two separate things.
Yeah.
Separate things.
I was listening.
Okay. Well, you just made that same leap. Of course players shouldn't be yelled at on the golf course. They're going to be, but of course they shouldn't be.
It's looking good.
He was okay with it. Because that's how it is in his group.
Well, that's not exactly apples to apples, is it?
Probably.
I mean, I don't know. That could have been a tour player.
It could have been a tour winner.
Could have been. Hang on. How many Jameses? You can go by Jim.
James Nitties. Did he win? Did Nitties win?
I don't know.
He had an accent.
I think Jim Gallagher was actually down there, so it couldn't have been Jim.
Didn't Nitties have an accent? All right, we're completely sidetracked, and so was he. Here's the point. We understand that there's a lot of you that don't like him. You don't understand why you don't like him. Most of James's list was going to be fiction. We just went over this with our producer, Tim Jones. We don't know what happened to him in college.
Solid swing.
We know what we think happened to him in college. We know what we've read about. We don't know what actually happened. We do know he's got an awful relationship with his parents, and that's sad. Is that a reason to heckle a guy?
Okay, we have about 130 yards, I'd say,
not why he was getting
to get to the pin.
No, he was getting heckled because of what happened in the Bahamas.
Right.
He wasn't getting heckled before that.
What happened in the Bahamas was no different than Phil hitting a moving ball on the 13th green at a U.S. Open.
Oh, sure it is.
No, it's not. Phil did that on purpose, trying to make a point.
Yes, that's the big difference. Phil wasn't in contention either. Phil wasn't in the final group trying to win a golf
Doesn't look like
tournament.
it's on the fairway, but that's all right.
He was definitely not in contention.
Phil was trying to make a point, as he has so many other times. And, Phil has gotten to the point with his fame that it would take an awful lot.
Yeah.
You know what it would take? It would take the camera catching him cheating and for him to deny that he was cheating.
Camera's never caught Patrick Reed cheating.
I'm just telling you what it would take.
Yeah, but that's what Twitter's telling you is the camera caught Patrick Reed cheating. No, it didn't.
Some people, it certainly caught him violating the rules.
Yeah, 100%. Well, not even 100% actually.
Yes, 100%.
Just most likely.
100%. When he was told that he was violating the rules and accepted the penalty for that, I believe that he was agreeing that he was violating the rules.
At that point, yes. At that point, it's 100%.
And he should have said, "I didn't actually know that was the rules," and that would have put all of this.
One under par to end things here. Well done.
People would still hate him.
All right, and at the end of this one, you're sitting at 1 under par.